New Google Stitch update is insane. You're spending hours on design work that should take minutes. You're paying designers for things AI can do right now. You're missing tools that are free and ready to use today. And by the time you catch up, everyone else already has. That stops now. I'm going to show you exactly what Google just dropped and why it changes everything. Hey, I'm Skyler, your AI educator, and I help people like you actually learn and use AI tools so you can work faster and smarter. If that's what you're here for, you're in the right place. Today we're talking about Google Stitch, specifically the brand new Gemini 3.1 Pro update that just landed inside the tool on March 5th, 2026. And trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly what changed, how to use it, and whether it's actually worth your time. Stick around because I'm going to show you the 3 specific upgrades inside this update that make it genuinely different from anything that came before. Let's start from the beginning. What is Google Stitch? Google Stitch is a free AI-powered design tool from Google Labs. It was launched at Google I/O in May 2025. The concept is simple. You describe an app or interface in plain English, and Stitch generates the UI design and the actual front-end code for it. We're talking real, usable HTML and CSS that you can take straight into development. It was built off the back of Galileo AI, a design tool that Google acquired and then rebranded as Stitch. Once Google got their hands on it, they plugged in their Gemini AI models, and the thing got a whole lot more capable. Here's how it works. You go to stitch.withgoogle.com, you sign in with your Google account, no setup, no installation, nothing. You type something like, create a SaaS dashboard with user analytics and a sidebar navigation. You hit generate, and within seconds, Stitch builds you a complete UI layout with all the components, spacing, colors, and structure. Then it gives you the code to match. That's not all. You can also upload images. Got a whiteboard sketch, a wireframe on paper, a screenshot of an app you like? Upload it. Stitch reads the visual input and turns it into a digital design with matching code. Once your design is generated, you can export it directly to Figma with one-click layers and all, or you can download the HTML and CSS and hand it straight to a developer. You can also keep iterating inside Stitch using the chat interface, adjusting colors, components, and layouts until it looks right. Stitch runs in 2 modes. Standard mode uses Gemini Flash and is fast. That's your go-to for quick drafts. Experimental mode uses the more powerful Gemini Pro model and gives you higher quality, more detailed outputs. That's the baseline. Now let's talk about what just changed. The Gemini 3.1 Pro update. On March 5th, 2026, Google's official Stitch account announced that Gemini 3.1 Pro has come to Stitch. Let me give you some context on what Gemini 3.1 Pro actually is. Google released it on February 19th, 2026. It's the most advanced model in the Gemini 3 series right now. On a benchmark called ARC-AGI-2, which tests how well a model can solve brand new logic patterns it has never seen before, Gemini 3.1 Pro scored 77.1%. That is more than double the reasoning performance of the previous Gemini 3 Pro model. That's a significant jump. So what does a smarter reasoning model actually mean inside a design tool? That's where the 3 specific upgrades come in, and this is the part you actually want to pay attention to. The first upgrade is what Google is calling deep context. Before this update, if you were working on a complex project with a big design system, lots of rules, specific brand guidelines, Stitch would sometimes miss details or lose track of constraints as you iterated. The new Gemini 3.1 Pro inside Stitch can handle massive design systems and strict design rules without losing the details. That means if you're working on something with a lot of moving parts, the model keeps everything in mind across the whole session. The second upgrade is complex architecture. This one is big for anyone building data-heavy apps. Stitch with Gemini 3.1 Pro is now built specifically for generating intricate dashboards, dense data tables, and multi-step forms. These are the kinds of layouts that previous AI design tools would either get wrong or produce something so generic it was useless. And the third upgrade is pixel precision. This is about spatial reasoning. Gemini 3.1 Pro has superior spatial reasoning compared to the previous model, and that translates directly to cleaner CSS and tighter adherence to your brand guidelines. The output looks more intentional. The spacing is tighter. The layout logic makes more sense. Gemini 3.1 Pro is available in Stitch right now through the agent dropdown. You go in, you select it, and you're working with the most powerful model Google has put into this tool. How to actually use this. Here's what the workflow looks like so you understand how to apply this. Go to stitch.withgoogle.com. Sign in with your Google account. In the Agent dropdown, select Gemini 3.1 Pro. Then type your prompt. The more specific you are, the better the output. Instead of create a dashboard, try something like create a project management dashboard with a task list, deadline tracker, and team workload view, dark sidebar, blue accents. Stitch will generate the layout. You iterate using the chat interface. When you're happy with it, you export to Figma for refinement or grab the HTML and CSS code directly. If you have a sketch or wireframe on paper, use the image upload feature instead of a text prompt. Stitch will read your visual and turn it into a digital design. That's one of the most useful features for people who like to think on paper first. The key thing to understand is that Stitch gives you a strong starting point fast. You're not shipping what it generates directly. You're using it to skip the blank canvas stage and get to something real much quicker. And with Gemini 3.1 Pro now powering it, that starting point is going to be a lot closer to what you actually need. When I first started using AI design tools, the hardest part wasn't learning the tools. It was figuring out which workflows were actually worth building versus which ones were just cool demos that wasted my time. That's when I found a community called AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 members all focused on learning AI together and sharing what actually works. Real use cases, real implementations, real feedback on what's saving time versus what's a distraction. If you're serious about using AI to improve your work and build real skills, check it out. Link is in the description. Limitations and what to watch out for. Let's be straight about where Stitch falls short, because I think that matters just as much as what it can do. Stitch is still a Google Labs experiment. That means it's not a finished product. The outputs need refinement. It's strong for prototyping and early-stage design, but it's not a replacement for a full design workflow in Figma or a polished production tool. The free tier gives you 350 generations per month in standard mode and 50 in experimental mode. That's enough for most people testing it out. But since it's experimental, those terms could change. The bigger thing to be aware of is that Google has a history of shutting down labs experiments. It doesn't mean Stitch is going away, but it's worth protecting your work. Export everything to Figma or save your code in a repository. Don't build your whole process around a tool without a backup plan. How does it compare to the competition? Figma has been building AI features into its own platform. If you're already in Figma, those features will feel more native and integrated. Figma AI has its own generation and prototyping capabilities worth looking at. There are also tools like Wizard and other AI prototyping platforms that have been in this space longer than Stitch. What makes Stitch stand out right now is the Gemini model powering it, especially after this 3.1 Pro upgrade, the fact that it's free and that it exports actual code, not just a visual design. That code export is what separates it from a lot of alternatives. You get HTML and CSS a developer can actually use, not just an image of a layout. If you're looking to dive deeper into AI tools and actually implement them in your work, I recommend AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 people learning how to use AI effectively. Everyone shares real experiences, what's working, what's not, which tools are worth your time, which ones to skip, no hype, just solid information and practical guidance from people doing the work. It's helped me stay on top of updates and figure out how to actually apply them. Link in the description if you want to check it out. And if you want the full process, SOPs, and over 100 AI use cases like this one, join the AI Success Lab. Links in the comments and description. You'll get all the video notes from there, plus access to our community of 58,000 members who are using AI every single day to build better workflows and sharpen their skills. That's everything you need to know about the new Google Stitch Gemini 3.1 Pro update. It's free. It's live right now. Go try it. And if you found this useful, subscribe because I cover AI tools like this every week.